gentlemen, and this, I think, will appeal. We opened our show the other day, and now again with what you call what is of the moment. I tell you all the time that I deal in nostalgia, but I dabble greatly in what is of the moment, and the rock adherents out there, the rock addicts, would love to be reminded that in such magazines as Metal Mania, that one of the facts of life is that a young man named King Diamond has sold so far, and he's from Denmark, 150,000 albums, LPs, cassettes. He's a man with a very royal-sounding name, Keith, and that his name is King Diamond. And King, can I shake your hand and say that it's
hello.
It's a pleasure. And so let me ask you first of all, your main market, I think, is in America, not even in Denmark, based on a few of my friends here who know your stuff, right?
America is our main market, and then Germany, Holland, Belgium.
Right.
But Denmark is so tiny, we don't actually have a heavy metal scene there.
Nothing like that, huh?
No.
Could I ask you, when you were born, what name was on your birth certificate? Was it King Diamond on the birth certificate?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah.
You believe that, Keith?
No.
You don't? What do you say, Ed?
Could be.
Ed is a policeman from Irvington, New Jersey. He's the rapping policeman. He's going to make an album soon, too. So this is King Diamond. So would you, if I went to Denmark, would you show me around?
Sure, anytime.
Where would you take? Where would you take Keith? We'll get around to music, and where would you take Keith and Ed and me if we went?
Copenhagen.
Through Copenhagen, right?
Well, you would have to see the Little Mermaid.
Right.
You have to see Tivoli.
Tivoli Gardens.
That's an
If you
amusement.
order, you might be King Joe, too.
How about a performance of Hamlet?
You could watch that at Kronborg, yeah, the old castle.
Right. Was he the Prince of Denmark?
He was the Prince of Denmark, yeah.
And you're the king. You're the king of Denmark.
Yeah, so he was not as much as me.
May we ask you when you first became exposed to a man who sold 150,000 albums quietly at low key, low profile. When did you, in your hometown or your home country, become first aware of and then a fan of rock and roll, King Diamond?
I guess it was in '69 when I heard the first real raw guitar on an album. That's when I got really interested in the music business. But at that time I was playing soccer on top level in Denmark. But finally I had to make a choice because I couldn't do both. I couldn't play a gig Saturday night and get up early Sunday morning and play soccer.
He's so nice. I thought he was going to sit here and I thought he was going to scare us. He's such a nice. You left home to paint, the war paint, right?
Yeah.
Why is it so incongruous? My feeling about heavy metal in Denmark. I think of Denmark society as being so calm and tranquil and peaceful, and the way you just said,
it really is.
Tivoli Gardens. But hard-hitting, driving, forceful, heavy metal.
It's the only way to get out our aggressions.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Keith?
I do indeed. But they have it all over the world, though. There, all of these people all over the world now, Joe.
Which American musicians are in the Hot 100 on the charts, if any, in Denmark? Any American?
Oh yeah, lots of heavy metal acts. Alice Cooper, Judas Priest, Ozzy Osbourne, they're all there.
And King Diamond.
Well, yeah, we're getting there.
What are you doing in this country right now? Visiting a few of your friends or making arrangements?
That as well, but mostly it's a promotion tour.
Mm-hmm.
Doing interviews and radio stations, TV.
Who's famous from Denmark besides you? And besides who? Victor Borge, we got to mention.
Oh, I was about to...
Who else? Name some entertainers or non.
Well, entertainers, not very many, actually.
Political figures?
Sluter might be famous, but I don't think he means very much over here.
Mm-hmm. Is there a big difference, Mr. Diamond, between American rock and Danish rock, or European rock, let's say?
Yes, there is a difference. The American seem to be more commercialized than the European style. The European style is like you have it's a raw sound that the European bands have got than the American bands.
King Diamond, what do you have on your belt there? What is that?
That is empty ammunition.
Empty ammunition?
Yeah.
Oh.
Joe, I think he's misappropriated a few of my bullets.
I've got a flight to Florida later on to
I see.
get rid of all those cockroaches.
Between your ammunition and the fact that you're sitting alongside of the Irvington policeman who's known to be rapping cop, we're secure, right?
Yeah.
Now, King Diamond's concept is so interesting, but it's so what's the word? Contradictory. Heavy metal rock music with classical influences for discriminating audiences. It sounds impossible to me, but how do you make that happen? It's horror. You break it down.
The show, yeah. The lyrics on the new album is one concept horror story from the beginning to the end. It's never been done before in that way. And our show is very, very. There's a lot of things going on, and we really try to scare the audience.
How many in the group?
We're 5 people in the group. We got 2 guitarists, a drummer,
Let me
bass player,
do
and then I
a
sing.
little bit of one of this man's records. I can only tell you that everybody says to me, Joe, you got to meet King Diamond. He's got a retinue there of beautifully dressed people, and I'm sure that they're well paid from your royalties, right?
Oh, yes.
You're supporting a lot of people, you know that?
I know that.
A little bit of King Diamond and the new release, or the current release, and it goes like this, and I'll say it again, a big seller, this time without his makeup. I'm not going to scare anybody, just a touch of King Diamond. Coming concept of yours here, one big horror story from beginning to end. How would Stephen King's fans appreciate that concept
I
album?
think they really like it. It's a very intriguing horror story, and
That's kind of a first in rock and roll, though, isn't it?
it is. It's the first time that somebody has made a concept album with a horror lyric to it.
This man seems to be more athletic, Keith, than any athlete.
to be, doesn't he?
Based on his wild gyrations, he's more than any athlete.
With what he goes through.
How do you maintain that energy level? How do you keep it going like that, King, when you do those tours, those concerts, huh?
Well, I try to sleep as much as possible during the tours to be able to perform in the right way.
Ladies and
But
gentlemen,
it's definitely
I
tough.
can only say that I'm a fan of this young man from now on, and I can see why the excitement. What label?
Roadrunner Records.
And if I go over there, how does the American dollar do over there? Would you say the American dollar is respected in Denmark? Is it
At the moment, it's like this.
back and forth, right?
Yeah.